There was a quiet ache that followed Alina into the stillness of the night. After intimacy, instead of joy, a wave of inexplicable sadness would wash over her, a heavy, isolating sorrow she couldn't explain. She tried to rationalize it away, blaming tiredness or emotions, but the feeling persisted, returning each time as tears or a deep emptiness. The contrast between what she expected and what she felt made her question her own heart. Her partner, loving but confused, tried to comfort her, but Alina couldn't find the words to explain the storm inside. The inability to communicate her pain created a growing distance, making her loneliness even more acute. Alina tried to talk about her sadness with a friend, but was met with dismissal. "You're probably just hormonal." Family offered little comfort, suggesting she was ungrateful or looking for problems. These responses made her feel even more isolated, as if her pain was invisible or invalid. She learned to hide her struggle, performing happiness while building walls around her heart. The world only seemed to allow for bliss or dissatisfaction, never the confusing gray where she lived. Self-doubt crept in, making her question if her feelings were even real. The loneliness became not just about sadness after intimacy, but about carrying a secret no one seemed to understand. One sleepless night, desperate for answers, Alina searched online, crying after sex for no reason. She stumbled upon a term, postcoital dysphoria, a real documented condition marked by sadness after intimacy. Reading about it was a revelation. Her experience finally had a name and a framework. She realized she wasn't alone, others had felt this too. Relief replaced shame as she read stories from people who understood her pain. With this knowledge, her isolation began to lift. The name became both shield and map, showing her she wasn't broken, just facing a challenge others had faced. For the first time, Alina saw a path forward. Alina found an online support group for postcoital dysphoria, and shared her story, receiving empathy and understanding in return. Encouraged, she sought therapy, where her feelings were met with compassion and practical tools for healing. The hardest step was opening up to her partner, explaining her condition and fears. He listened, relieved to understand it wasn't about him, and together they began to bridge the gap between them. Alina learned to meet her sadness with self-compassion, treating her tears as a natural release rather than a failing. She created rituals of comfort, tea, blankets, gentle acceptance. Healing became less about erasing pain and more about holding it with grace. Through vulnerability, she found strength and connection. Her journey was no longer about hiding, but about learning to be her own safe harbor. As Alina healed, she felt called to share her story, offering hope to others lost in the same darkness. She became a guide in her support group, assuring newcomers they weren't broken and that healing was possible. Starting a blog, she wrote honestly about her journey, reaching people around the world. Her vulnerability inspired others to seek help and speak their truths. Alina's pain became a source of strength, deepening her relationship and building a foundation of honesty and support. She learned that all feelings are valid, and true resilience is moving through pain with self-kindness. Today, Alina stands as proof that naming our struggles and embracing vulnerability can transform shame into hope. Her story reminds us, by sharing our truths, we help each other find our way back to ourselves.